Let's have a talk about grief and the YouTuber Technoblade. The reason why I'm wanting to talk about this is due to the Technolarp situation in the Minecraft community. For those who don't know, there was a recent trend called LARP tubing where you be a knockoff version of your favorite YouTuber. And there was someone LARPing as Technoblade, a YouTuber who had passed away. While the situation itself has been settled, as Technodad came forth and said, I don't approve of this, and Technolarp even stopped, the different reactions of the community to Technolarp showed me grief is acting in so many different ways, and no one is understanding that. The reactions of Technoblade's community varied from, I think this is fine, I like it, to, you are doing something inexcusable, and I hate this with my whole heart. And if you expressed either of those, chances are you were going to be ripped apart in one way or another. That's just from his community. That's not saying anything about Technodad and his reaction to it, or Technoblade's friends. Technodad, whenever he was first approached with this, had this, he didn't know how to react. He genuinely said that all this was brought to my attention and I'm just mulling it over. I don't know how to react right now. And eventually he came out with his reaction of, I don't like this, please stop. And he did. Technolarp did. Great. Some of Technoblade's friends reacted with, I don't need this. Please stop pretending to be our dead friend. And others, they collabed with Technolarp. Each one of these reactions is grief in a different stage, in a different way, in a different form. Because most people see grief as the 7 steps in which you go through one and get all the way to the end, then you're A-OK. But that's not all how it is. Grief doesn't truly end. Even if there are just times when you think about them and you feel a teeny bit of sad, that's still grief. Grief doesn't end, it evolves and turns into different things. So, whether or not the community was accepting of Technolarp or opposed to him, it was all grief. That's how I'm thinking about it, and it makes the most sense to me, especially since, well, Techno passed. I even think that Technolarp himself was grieving. If he was as big a fan of Technoblade as he said he was, don't get me wrong, I'm not trying to say this was okay or this wasn't okay. That's not what this is. This video is meant to say, have empathy for everyone involved. At least try to be empathetic of this situation because, as I've already said, this is odd and strange, and I feel bad for everyone involved in Techno's community, especially Techno Dad and Techno's friends. I also feel bad for Techno LARP himself because he got doxxed and because people threatened him and his family. If you've been in this situation, if you're part of Techno's community, please be empathetic of everyone because no one deserves to get hate over grief. That's all I have to say on the matter. I hope you guys have a great rest of your weekend. I'll see you guys next time.